And a you good day.
Thank you so much for doing this weekend.
It is always our excitement and our pleasure to interact with each and every one of you. So thank you for doing this with us.
I've been dealing with what you referred to last night as the roller coaster.
Yes.
And I spoke about it with some other people here, and as you mentioned, many of us are going through this.
Yes, up and down, but up and down in a way that constantly keeps your energy rising.
Yes, and it's been really intriguing to me and difficult, obviously, at times when I'm in the down part, dipping way down.
Yes.
And I had an epiphany last night.
Oh, all right.
Because
was it tasty?
It was.
We like our epiphany sauteed. How did you have your epiphany?
It was roasted.
Roasted epiphany. All right.
You mentioned that we dip down into these lower depths in order to bring things up to our awareness.
Yes.
And to get into these lower energies.
Yes.
And I realized that the kids that I'm helping
Yes.
are really low down. They're the lowest. I mean, they're not only coming from poor, disadvantaged families, but they're also dealing with abuse and neglect and
Yes.
really challenging issues.
Yes.
And so I wonder if my dipping down and dealing with the lack of abundance and my difficulty to pay my bills and making all of these sacrifices to help these kids is so that I can experience some of what they're going through.
Number one, yes. And number two, you're doing it so that you can integrate yourself and raise your vibration so you can also help them raise theirs.
I get that, yes. And the people that I'm bringing to them, the volunteers, are bringing them spirituality and enlightenment and then
Yes.
a lot of these ideas that
You're doing what you are doing so you can A, relate to them, and they can relate to you because you have some of the same war stories, so to speak. And B, then they can also watch you raise your vibration and thus by example know they can do so too no matter what their situation.
So how do I get to the higher levels now where I could show them the rewards?
By treating the lower levels as high levels. That's the whole issue. The idea of dipping down is to know you're not dipping down, you are just dipping into something that is required for your integration, and that's a high level of being. The willingness to do that, the ability to do that is representative of a high level of vibration, so that then paradoxically even dipping down becomes going up. Defining the dipping down as going up is the first step.
So the fact that I'm now getting national media recognition and being praised for what I'm doing is giving the recognition to the kids as well that look what she's doing, you can do the same.
Yes, and also again, it's your opportunity to understand that you need to also work on your redefinitions to show them how to do so as well, so that they can understand that nothing has built-in meaning and how you define it determines the effect you get. The more you practice this with them, the more it will rub off on them and you simultaneously, and you will move up the ladder together rather than you moving ahead of them. You will move up the ladder together.
That's wonderful. And we discussed, the last,
One moment.
whenever.
One moment.
Okay.
The difference between you and the advantage that you have in teaching them is that even though you will be moving up the ladder together, the advantage you have is that you know there's a ladder to move up. They don't.
Right.
You're showing them that there's a ladder. And moving up the ladder together with them is what will really make the biggest difference in their lives, rather than you scooting up the ladder ahead of them and saying, come on, follow me. Moving up the ladder, climbing the ladder together will have the most meaning and impact for them in their hearts.
Wonderful. And then the idea that I get into as well is that I feel like my writing and my scripts and all my film projects are on the back burner, and it's not, I keep remembering what you say, it's not this or that, it's this and that.
Yes.
So
inclusivity is the mark of expansion, not exclusivity.
So the timing is just not current, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. It's just at the moment the focus is elsewhere.
That is true. But the issue is it's not about whether or not it's going to happen. It's about what is happening that you then are willing to recognize as a part of the whole picture, as opposed to breaking it off into pieces. When is this going to happen? When is that going to happen? It's all happening right now. In whatever is happening, that's part of it. You have to learn to make no difference between the two. And then there will be no experience of difference.
Wonderful. And then the other piece of that, which we've talked about in the past, is the fact that I'm going to be helping the hybrid children to acclimate to being on Earth. And the work that I'm doing with the kids on Earth ties into that.
Yes. Many of you will have that experience, and no, we cannot elaborate on that at this time.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, Bashar. Wonderful to experience you.
And to you, good day.
I have a question about death, and I understand what you've just explained.
Yes.
And my question may answer itself as I ask it, which will be embarrassing. But
Why would that be embarrassing? Is that not to be desired, that
Yes,
you
it is.
understand the question contains the answer?
Yes.
All right.
All right. So the question is, do we ever come to a point where we choose not to continue to create a physical experience to experience?
Yes, you can have that experience. Again, remember, all things are concurrently simultaneous. So all the physical experiences exist simultaneously with all of the non-physical experiences the greater you is having. But you can create an experience, a continuity experience, that you go through a series of physical lives and then do not incarnate anymore. You can create that experience, yes.
Does that become permanent and final?
Unto itself, yes, that's an experience. But again, remember, since all your physical lives are simultaneously concurrent, your consciousness can, if it wishes to, at any given moment, change that. But that idea, the idea you have just defined of going through a series of physical lives and then not having to incarnate anymore, that experience is its own reality. And in that reality, that's the only thing you experience.
Bashar,
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
And I'd like to know more about that. Have you had that experience, and can you describe?
Yes. Well, it's simple. It's simply the idea of what you call physical death passing into spirit and saying, I recognize that I am done with that experience in that way, and I will move on to something else. It's as simple as making any kind of similar decision you would make as if you were changing a job or changing a school or changing a house. I'm done living there. I'm going to live over here now. I've made my decision. I'm never going to go back to that house. Simple as that. You've had that experience many times, haven't you?
Yes.
That's all it is. Yeah. Remember, what you don't really understand at this point, but are beginning to or will understand, is that when you get into spirit, you have a completely different perspective and a completely different experience from that point of view about physical reality. I'll put it to you this way, in some senses. It doesn't always have to be this way, but generally, this is a truism for most people moving from physical reality into spirit, for most people having that transition experience. When you are in physical reality, the non-physical spirit reality kind of seems unreal, kind of seems like a dream. When you are in spirit, the physical reality seems unreal, kind of like a dream. So the idea is that when you move into spirit, it's kind of like waking up from a dream and saying, oh yes, now I remember, this is who I am. And, well, I don't need to do that anymore. That was a dream, that was then, this is now. This is the reality. That's just a dream. You see?
Yes, that's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
Thank you. I'm feeling very nervous right now, but
Oh, nervous. All right, I'll be nervous with you.
Okay. All right. But last night I realized that
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. Okay, I'm not nervous anymore.
Oh, thank you.
Last night I realized that I'm linking my highest excitement and joy in life with my biggest fear in life.
That's usually the case.
Yeah, which is stopping me from choosing to do my highest joy in life.
Yes.
So
Yes.
my highest joy in life,
Would
my
be what?
passion well, I'm a coach and a teacher and a facilitator. But
A
now,
coach of what?
metaphysics.
All right.
So I choose now to have a job that I don't really like.
Oh, all right. Why?
Because I'm linking doing what I love with not being financially supported by the universe.
Why? How does it serve you to do that? You obviously know that's what you're doing because you said so.
Right.
You understand, obviously, that you have a definition about that is making it seem as if that can't support you. So you must be choosing to believe that definition because you are attaching another belief to it that it says it would serve you to do so. So what belief do you have attached to this idea that says that to believe that that can't support you is somehow serving you? What belief could that be?
Well, it's serving me. I feel like it's serving me by keeping me safe.
Oh, all right. Very good answer. That is quite common for many people on earth based on the belief systems they have been brought up with. If they have issues of self-worth or lack of deservability or something similar, or the idea of failure issues, they will very often not really want to make the attempt to live their dreams because they are afraid that they might prove that they will fail, that they might prove they are undeserving or unworthy. You follow?
Yeah.
Now, of course, even if they have an experience of proving that they are going to fail, see, I told you that couldn't support me, I'm right. Then they are at least validated in that assertion. And that's one way that the human mind can actually seek validation. As strange as that may sound, you can actually be validated for proving yourself right about not being able to do something. But there are other ways also to understand you can validate yourself. And there are ways to understand that it's only your beliefs that make it seem as if that's not a way to go. So, usually the remedy for that, and I'm not saying it's the only way, but a good remedy for that is to do it anyway and let yourself fail and say, so what? So what? Never underestimate the power of so what? So you did it, so it doesn't support you, so what? Then what? You'll do something else. Or you'll realize that you created that, have gotten it out of your system, and then can actually do it. But one way or the other, so what? You always have choice, no matter what it is. So no matter what experience you give yourself, you will always have an opportunity to give it another shot if you wish. It's up to you. And maybe following your excitement and following your dreams in the fullest way you can and then finding out it doesn't support you will actually teach you something about yourself that you really need to know. But understand, you will always be supported somehow. Now, I understand about the idea of what you call taking a job you do not like. Certainly, there are also degrees and variations of this idea because many individuals, if they are honest about their belief systems and recognize that their belief system will not allow them to believe that what excites them the most can actually support them, will understand that they could do the next most exciting thing. They could still do something else that still on some level excites them, and that they believe can support them. You don't necessarily have to go all the way down the ladder to do something you really don't find yourself compatible with to support you. Can your imagination not come up with something else that is at least somewhat exciting that could support you while you're waiting to bolster the belief that the thing that excites you the most could support you? Yes, no, maybe. If the answer is no, that's fine.
Maybe.
Such as what? I know you have a picture of the thing that excites you the most. But if you find that you cannot give yourself fully to it at the moment and are honoring your belief system by not jumping off the cliff before you feel you're ready, is there not something else your imagination can come up with that is still somewhat exciting for you that you could be doing instead of doing a job you really don't like at all?
Sure. I mean, I could be, if I had to work for somebody else, I could be teaching.
So you could be doing what you love somewhat.
Right.
Well, would that be preferable?
To what I'm doing now, yes.
Then why don't you do that?
Well, I haven't seen that opportunity yet.
That's because you're not of the vibration that it's possible. You cannot see what you're not the vibration of. Understand, this is a true physics principle. If you are not already in the state of being, in the vibratory state of being that says it's possible to see an opportunity like that, no opportunity to do that will present itself to you. They will be invisible to you. You have to be in the state that that's possible first before you will suddenly see right in front of your face, synchronistically, magically appearing all the doorways and all the opportunities to do that thing. Do you believe it's possible?
Yes.
So be in that state that it's possible for you to do at least something that excites you, if not the big picture yet, and you will then be open to being able to see the opportunities that can synchronistically appear in your life that will allow you to do that thing. And then from that platform, you can work on letting yourself believe that the greater excitement will also support you. Does that help?
Yes. But isn't it true if I believed the greater excitement could support me, then it would?
Of course. But you're saying you obviously don't.
Right.
And that you have given yourself a reason for not believing it. And that's what you need to work on. You have to take that reason away. You have to, in a sense, allow that reason to not be real as a choice for you. As long as it's a real choice, that somehow it serves you to believe that your greater excitement can't support you, you will continue to have that experience. So you have to take the time to find out what belief and definition you've attached to it that would make it seem as if it's reasonable to assume that that's going to happen.
Well, I mean, what comes to mind when you're saying that?
Yes.
I've had a belief in the past, up until the time I'm saying this, is that I have a belief of unworthy.
Yes,
Like
that's what
not-
we talked about.
Right.
Unworthiness. And the idea, again, is to realize and take it back to square one. If you were truly undeserving, if you were truly unworthy, trust me, you wouldn't exist. Do you understand that concept?
Yeah.
The universe does not create mistakes. If you exist, obviously all that is believes you need to in order for all that is to be complete. So you obviously are worthy of existence, or believe me, you wouldn't exist and we wouldn't be having this conversation. The fact that we are able to have this conversation means that creation itself has validated you by allowing you to exist. So why not take to heart that you obviously are worthy of existence and let everything else take care of itself? Does that make sense?
Yes.
You can approach it from that direction if you wish, or whatever other direction your imagination comes up with. Do you feel this is helping unlock some ideas that you can explore?
Yes, thank you.
You are welcome.
Thanks.
Hello, Bashar.
And a you good day.
Very great to be with you again.
And you as well.
My first question, every time I hear you say you
Yes,
to the audience,
yes.
I'm thinking, well, your all that is, spark of creation, is speaking to our all that is.
Yes.
So is the you just for convenience sake?
In some senses, but it also obviously serves a purpose in helping you identify to some degree what we are saying, since you use language in that way. And we are speaking to all levels of it. Sometimes we are actually saying things to the individuals, and sometimes we are speaking simultaneously to the greater collective. Whatever level of it needs to sink in, we know will sink in to whatever version of you is applicable at that moment, to whatever version of you needs to hear it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Did that answer the question?
Well, if all that is all that is, and
Yes.
we're all one,
Yes.
I've heard some teachers say we don't exist.
You exist.
Well, I mean,
Otherwise, we wouldn't
We're-
be having this conversation.
Okay.
But we understand what is meant by that. But the
Okay.
point is, again, is to remember it's this and that, not this or that. All that is literally all that is. And whatever you can imagine, both the collective and the individual, if you can imagine them both and experience them both, they are both just as real and are both just as really a part of all that is. So in that sense, yes, you exist, and on the level in which you mean it, you don't. It's an illusion. But nevertheless, both experiences are real. It's this and that, not just this or that.
okay.
So you don't have to drive yourself crazy with semantics.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does, thank you.
Does that help clear it up?
It does, yes. I just have one more question.
Yes.
I'm holding a red obsidian crystal, and
All right.
I'm looking at what looks like a sword, and I get this feeling it's a sword in the stone,
All right.
and it feels
What does
like,
that symbolize for you then?
well, I knew you were going to ask me, but I was going to ask you.
Oh, how psychic of you.
But I must need to know the answer because
Well, if you feel like you need to know the answer, then why not assume that you do and make a statement of it?
okay.
What is the answer for you at this moment? Doesn't mean that the answer doesn't have the ability to change in the next moment. Whatever your answer is at this moment, however, is correct for you.
Okay, at this moment I feel it's an opportunity
To
for-
what?
to access the purity and power of the notion we call here Excalibur.
All right. Which
And-
means what to you?
Well, it means the essence of pure power and pure intention.
Ah, you mean cutting through all of the red tape.
Yeah, that sounds great.
All right.
Yes, okay.
Then that's what it means for you right now. It will mean other things at other times as you become different yous within the overall you that you are.
So the red tape that I'm cutting through, is there any feedback?
It's
you
beliefs
could
and
give me?
definitions that don't work for you, that may have come from other people in society that you are beginning to realize have nothing to do with who you are. And using that as a symbol to cut through that and see with clarity what is and is not you.
Okay, and this will guide me in my practice as a teacher and healer and leader, is that correct?
That didn't need to be a question.
Yes?
You are your own Merlin. You are your own Arthur. You are your own Guinevere. You are your own Camelot. Invent yourself. All right?
Yes.
As you wish. Does that help you?
Very much.
You are using symbols you are familiar with from other simultaneously coexisting lives that served you in those lives well. So you're recreating symbols in this life that harkens you back to those vibrations because you know how to use them. So use them.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
I'll be of service to your civilization and ours.
You are of service to everything in the universe when you are your total self. Even the willingness to be your true self is of service to everything in creation. So thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again, Bashar.
And to you, good day.
I have had the experience recently of thinking that I died.
Yes.
I left a message on someone's phone. It started out, my intent was to say how great I felt about them being in my life.
Yes.
But after I hung up, it sounded like a suicide message.
All right.
Did I die at that time?
Not right at that time, but before.
Okay. Why did I choose, or could I have yes, the answer is yes.
Yes.
But how could I have not continued with some of the things in my body that I didn't want?
The idea of choosing to come back means you understand that the things you don't prefer in your body are representative of issues that you wanted to work through to expand your spiritual growth. So you didn't want at that moment to get rid of them in any other way, but getting to a point where you could process them to add to your understanding of yourself.
Okay, thanks.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Is there anything else you wish to discuss about this?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.